Hello everyone, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, good midday, good noon, wherever you are. Thank you for stopping by. So I'm working on another journal and I usually take my time. I just, I probably spend a couple of months on a journal just because I do it here, there and everywhere. And I like to take my time, and this is one that I'm working on that I've been adding pages to, and I made the pages first and then sewed it into the cover. It's quite a big one, quite a chunky one, but there are not that many pages in here because they're all quite thick. They're almost sort of cardboardy, they're quite thick, and I'm going to be putting a lot of writing, journaling cards and so on in the pockets. So this is a page that was inspired by Hazy Crazy Art. So that's quite an exciting one. I had fun making it. You might recognize some of the things that we've made in previous videos. This is that little frame pocket with the acetate in the middle. Just a couple of pages. So one of my collages. There's some of that collage fodder that we made. Here is the printer label that we made, and that is the printer label as well from a couple of weeks ago. Another acetate with fabric around it. You might remember making this gem-shaped page. We also did a video on this. I think I've got two of them in here. A couple of billy bands. So because there's a lot going on and I wanted more writing space, I decided to add, this is one of the places that I'm going to add some writing space, and there's tons in here, but I wanted to show you how I did this page because it's fun, it's easy, it's quick. Apart from waiting for the glue to dry, it's actually really quick to make. So let us get started. Oh, I've got the page kind of stuck on there. Let me just pull it back a bit. Oh, never mind. Okay, so let me close this up, and more of that collage fodder, you guys. Close this up and I'll show you what I did and how I made that. So I've got a piece of tea stained paper, coffee stain, tea stain, honestly doesn't matter. And all I'm going to do is get some, I know it doesn't say Elmer's glue, but the Elmer's glue in here, I just usually fill it up with this great big gallon bottle that I buy. It's cheaper to buy your glue this way in this great big bottle. Okay, so got some of my Elmer's glue in here. I'm going to just put down quite a bit. Oh, this glue, I'm going to squeeze. There we go. It's probably enough. I think it's about a teaspoon, heap teaspoon amount. It really doesn't matter as long as you can get all the glue spread across your page. And I can already see I'm going to need a little extra because it's not going to cover everywhere. So let's get a little extra on the side here. Just like that. So this weekend we bought a new barbecue, guys, or a braai, for anyone who's familiar with a braai. It's basically just Afrikaans for barbecue. And so we tried it out, and Saturday and Sunday we got some sausages and chops, and it was fun. We haven't had a barbecue in such a long time, so it was just nice to be out there with family. So the very next thing in the step, which is also super duper easy, we're going to just lay down some tea bags, and I've got some berry bags, some chai tea bags, some black tea, just honestly whatever you have lying around. This is unfortunately the only one that's going to be pink. I've been using a lot of tea bags lately, so I'm having to use this pink one, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to have to, wonder if I really needed it. It's down, it's staying. It's fine, it's okay. I don't mind. All right, like that, and then I've got another one here, and I'm going to put a little bit of the glue just where the joins are, just to make sure that they stay down. Somebody once said to me, why do you always put glue over your projects? And I guess I'm always so scared that things are going to pull apart later, so I'll probably go a little overboard on my gluing. That's just my thing. But you guys can use stick glue as well to put down your tea bags. That'll work just fine. So the next step is going to be to allow this to dry, and then to come back with a couple of stamps. And we're going to decorate with a few stamps, and then flip it over, put some lines on, and ta-da! All done. So it's apart from waiting for this to dry, it is pretty quick and simple. So I'll get all the bubbles out and just make sure everything is stuck down, and I use just a soft brush. And then because this is a water-based glue, I can just go and rinse this under water, and I don't ruin the brush, but I don't use it for anything else, so it doesn't matter really. All right, so I think this pink for me personally is maybe a little too obvious. So I've got one tea bag left, and I just think I'm going to cover it, because the pink, I think, just doesn't quite go with the rest. So when I said it's okay, but it's also okay to change something if you don't like it. So I'm going to do that. Just going to cover. I always say, if you make a mistake, stick a sticker over it. It's my motto. Today we're sticking a tea bag over it. Just get my seams in, so nothing comes and flips up and folds on me later. Okay, time for it all to dry, guys. I made a decision while I was standing here waiting for it to dry, and I think what I'm going to do, I've got some of these little tea bags. It was a turmeric tea, which is why it's yellow, and then I thought, well, what if I throw in a little bit of beet juice? Because the turmeric tea was awful. I just couldn't drink it. It was not nice. And so I thought I'll just play around with the tea and see what comes out, how the tea bags come out. So this is beet juice on a turmeric tea. And I think what I'm going to do is use some of these in spots. I know I said I was going to leave it to go and dry, but before it dries, I think it might be nice to add just some little bit of extra color. And you guys might be saying, but Celeste, you just went and covered the pink there. I know. I would change my mind. I do that. So I think 4 of them is probably enough, just to get a little bit of interest in there. And since this is thin paper, I think I can just put the glue straight on top, because it is still a bit wet underneath. And just it's almost like decoupage in a way, if you were decoupaging napkins. I suppose this is a slightly similar idea. Let's get these down, and it added a little bit of color, a little bit of interest, now I am going to go and leave it to dry. So no more changing my mind, I promise. Maybe. All right. Let's leave this one to dry. It's the next day, you guys. I had to step away, so this is really dry. It's got some real, the paper still has quite a bit of flexibility to it, but I've got all this excess on this side here, so I'm going to get rid of all of this extra glue and extra tea bag paper. And I suppose if you like a rough edge, you could leave it on, and it'll probably get all tattered and frayed over time, which could be nice, especially if you're going for a really old style. But I think the glue could get a little messy. So I'm just going to take it off. There it is. Okay. Now what you decide to put onto this side is 100% your choice. I just like the idea of stamping, and I've got a couple of stamps ready. I'm going to just ink it up. Oopsie, sorry. Do you see where we put those 4 extra tea bags, how they kind of blended in? I just love it. Okay, so let's put 1 leaf there, and I decided to stay within the color scheme, so I'm going with, well, somewhat, I'm going with a brown. So I'm going to put another one, because we're going to take this and fold it in half, right, so that it goes like a signature page in a journal. So I'm going to do those, and I'm going to move my light so I don't keep hitting my head on it. Okay, I've got a little, let's use a little red, well, reddish, for our butterfly. Since there's a little red there, maybe we can get away with a little bit of this red. Just bring in some more of that color. Oh, look at that. So it's faint, but it's subtle, which is nice. We'll do one on the other side, like there. Let's do there, like so. Okay, then here's another little leaf, and maybe we'll do this one as a green leaf. Should I? No, I like the brown. I'll do a brown leaf again. We'll put the brown leaf there. And maybe one up there. Let's see. I think because this is small and I've got the space, put another one up there, one down there. Yeah, just like that. Now get a couple of these letters out. And what letter you use doesn't matter unless you're trying to write a word, and I'm not. I'm just trying to fill space, really, you know. So L for leaf. I didn't really choose that for leaf, but all right, let's see who notices. Let's write the word leaf and see if anybody, when they go through this journal, realizes that I actually wrote the word leaf, but all scattered. It's kind of fun. Or should I write leafy so that I could? Nah, we'll just go L-E-A, and let's hope I can spell. There we go, and an F. Let's see if anybody, that's going to be a nice little sort of secret message on the page. Let's put the F up here just to make it extra tricky. F down there. All right, so we wrote leaf, kind of sort of like, right? Like everywhere. It's like a Scrabble page. So maybe you want to put a secret message. That actually sounds like fun. if you want to put a secret message. All right, and so I'm going to just take this guy and get some, just a random number, and I think this time I'm going to use a green. On my last one that I made, I didn't use as many colors. I really just stuck with the browns, and I did have a little bit of red, but I'm kind of liking the idea of adding just a little bit of extra color, because these are fall, autumn, late summer colors, and I actually think they work nicely together. So maybe should we do another green there. I'm mixing a bit of brown down here. There we go. Should we leave it there? Maybe we should leave it there. But what did I do with those other? I don't know what I did with all my stamps, guys. You know, knowing me, I packed them away. But I think there's some empty space. Nah, I'm going to leave it, because I can always come back later and put something else in if I want to. You can always add, but you can't take away, right? So I'll leave it there. But if I had another leaf design, maybe that could have gone in. But I think for now, let us just go ahead. This should be dry. Give it a bit of a shake. I think it's dry. I'm going to turn it over. Overs, good overs. Get this down, and actually what I probably should be doing is folding it in half, getting my center line. Oopsie, skew. No, don't go skew. Don't do that. Let's get this. It almost has a leathery feel to it, like you've made that faux paper. So it's really pretty. So I'm going to get, just to protect my mat, get the stencil in here and draw some lines. See if I can line this up. Like that, more or less like that. I've got my big pen out here, and what pen you use doesn't, I suppose, really matter. As long as you get your lines in. A nice gold pen might have looked nice. Says me, after I've started, because I'm thinking, that would have been so much better. Gold lines would have been so much nicer. Oh, well, maybe I can write on here in a gold pen instead. Right? And, you know, I'm going to put lines on both sides, but you could prefer, if you want to rather do something else decorative on the other side. Maybe you want to put in, oh, look how the colors from the red, did it? Is that what it is? Yes, that. Look how it came through. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. Huh. Sneaky tea bags. Went and colored the rest of the other side. Nice. It was a nice surprise. I don't mind it at all. Little bit of extra color is quite nice. All right, so once all these are done, sorry you guys, I guess this is a little monotonous, but I'm trying to go quickly, and that's the beauty of this stencil, is that it's pretty accurate. Once you have it lined up, it's pretty quick as well. So put that away, and we're done. Absolute dunzos, guys. Here is our page, and now you can, if you want to, and you know I'm going to, right? I'm going to age my edges. I just like aging the edges. I just think it gives it a frame, and it kind of finishes things off. Makes me very predictable. I'm okay with it. Little predictability is okay. So let's get a little in here on the edge, and you don't need a lot. You can see I'm not spending a bunch of time doing this. I'm really just giving it a little bit of an accent, a little bit of a finishing offer. Is that a word? Probably not. But I'm finishing it off, in my mind anyway. Okay, whoops. There you go. Okay, so just like, and I'm sorry because this journal is a process still. So let me just go and find, there it is. So just like we did here, this is now a similar page, and I can go in and put some lace on the end if I want to, maybe some raffia, maybe some anything, you know, maybe leave it, but since I aged the edges. It's similar but different, so you can make some variations of your design. I also put the lines on the inside of this one, and there you go. Okay, so all done, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I had fun with this one because it's nice and quick and easy, and I can make a bunch of these pages and use up all the tea bags, because I'm starting to have like a bit of a stack of tea bags, and I knew I had to use them at some point, so this was a great way for me to use them up. And I wonder if this one went through as well. It did. I never noticed it before. It's very faint, and here too it actually seeped through from that one there, of the little extra tea bags that we excuse me, put down. So okay, there it is. We'll see you next time. Thank you for visiting. Bye bye.